This story was originally posted by Reddit user u/glassowl93 on r/nosleep. I used to have an imaginary friend when I was 6 years old. His name was Henry. He wasn't like the imaginary friends most kids had. He didn't fly or wear a cape or talk in funny voices. Henry was quiet, still. He wore old clothes, dusty looking, a little brown vest buttoned too high, a crooked cap on his head. He always looked like he'd just stepped out of an old photo album, and he never smiled, never once. He'd just stand at the edge of our backyard, right where the grass met the tree line, watching. Every evening, I'd see him standing there, motionless. My parents thought it was just my imagination, a phase. "It's normal," my mom would say. "Kids invent friends all the time." But Henry didn't feel made up. He felt real. Sometimes I'd be outside swinging or digging in the sandbox, and I'd catch him staring. He never walked toward me, never waved, just stared with a blank, heavy look, like he was waiting for something, or someone. I used to wave at him anyway. "Hi, Henry," to call. He'd never respond. Then one day he did. It was a Saturday, late afternoon. I was playing with my toy dump truck near the edge of the yard when I heard him speak for the first time. "Do you want to see something?" he said, his voice dry and distant. I turned and saw him standing closer than ever before, just a few feet away. His eyes were big and gray and a little too wide. "See what?" I asked. He pointed to the ground near the trees. "Dig, right there." It wasn't a suggestion. It felt like a command. I didn't hesitate. I went into the garage, grabbed the small red shovel I used for sand, and returned to the spot. I remember the earth being oddly soft, like it had already been disturbed. I started to dig. 3 or 4 inches down, I hit something. At first, I thought it was a rock, but when I cleared more dirt away, I realized it was wood. Rotten, splintered, a piece of something buried. I looked up to ask Henry what it was, but he was gone. I called for him. Nothing. I didn't tell my parents. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd get in trouble for digging. Maybe something deeper told me not to. I covered the hole back up and left the shovel there. That night, I had the first dream. In it, I was standing in the backyard, but the trees were closer, looming. The wind wasn't blowing, but the leaves moved anyway. I turned around and saw Henry standing behind me, smiling. It was the first time I'd ever seen him smile. He raised his hand and pointed to the spot again. "Keep digging," he said. When I woke up, I felt sick. I stayed inside that day. My mom thought I had the flu. She made me soup. I remember watching cartoons, but I wasn't paying attention. I kept thinking about that buried wood. The next day, I went back out, heart pounding. I dug again, deeper. About a foot down, I found more wood and something wrapped in plastic. Dirty, milky plastic, yellowed with age. It smelled like vinegar and rot. I was just about to uncover more when my dad shouted from the back porch, "Dinner!" I covered the hole again. That night, I had another dream. Henry was standing in my room this time, in the corner. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. He just stood there watching me sleep. Then, slowly, he leaned forward and whispered, "You left him there." I woke up crying. The next morning, there were muddy footprints on my bedroom floor, child-sized, leading from the window to the side of my bed. I didn't dig again for years. I stopped talking about Henry, stopped waving. Eventually, I stopped seeing him altogether. My parents were relieved. "You're growing up," they said, but I never forgot. I'm 26 now. Last month, my dad passed away. Lung cancer. I came back to the old house to help Mom pack up and move. We walked through every room, every memory. When we got to the backyard, something pulled me toward that same spot. The grass was patchy, thinner than the rest, like the ground still remembered. That night, I dreamed again. Henry stood at the foot of my childhood bed, older now, taller. His skin looked bruised, almost blue. His voice was deeper.
"Don't leave me down there,"
he whispered. I woke up gasping. The next day, I went to the hardware store. I bought a real shovel. I waited until Mom went to sleep. Then I went out back and began to dig. Took hours. I went through roots, rock, and compacted clay. 3 feet down, I hit something solid. Wood again. A box. My hands were shaking as I pulled it out. It wasn't a toy chest. It wasn't furniture. It was a small coffin. The lid had rusted nails holding it shut, but time had weakened them. I pried it open with the back of the shovel. Inside was a skeleton. Small, maybe 6 or 7 years old. Bones wrapped in a moldy vest. A flat cap resting near the skull. And in the child's hand was a photograph. Faded, water-stained, but I could still make out 2 faces. The boy, Henry, and standing beside him was my father.